Multiple AEW stars could be leaving soon. NXT stars could be entering the Rumble. And we had a title change, a debut, and a heel turn at this weekend's Impact tapings. That's coming up in the wrestling news right now. AEW contract-related news, as it looks as if multiple stars from All Elite Wrestling could be heading away soon. This comes from PW Insider, who say, in asking around potential AEW deals that are coming up, 3 names have been mentioned most prominently, those being Brian Cage, Joey Janella, and Marco Stunt. Let's go through those, Ross. I think Brian Cage he seemed like a could not miss, didn't he?
Yeah, especially after his run in Impact Wrestling as one of the top guys in that promotion for a little while there. I think he proved what he can do in the professional wrestling ring on a TV program such as AEW. But I've asked the question many times, Tom, what has he done? I know there was the little thing about the social media outburst of him and his lovely wife that might be playing a part in his role. I don't know if that's right or not, but it could be. I'm just trying to scratch my head and look for reasons, Tom.
It's a weird one because I think the social media outburst came because of his lack of presence on the television. So I don't know whether we can fairly attribute that to it. I think that this is going to be part of an issue that AEW has to address, in the sense that there has been a heavy influx of talent, and if you're going to have this heavy influx of people, you've got to make sure that you've got enough space and time to let all these people shine through. Because Brian Cage, when he came in 2020, before AEW really started ramping up bringing people in, he really shone. He was in there with John Moxley. He seemed to get the lion's share of the love, and then a lot more talent's come in, and it's not the case anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you could point to maybe a lack of sort of charisma with the microphone being not in his favour, but you say that and then just put him with someone like, I don't know, Taz, who can't talk. It seems like, because there's nobody quite like Brian Cage in AEW who's got that combination of the size, the look, and the sort of what he can do with that size and look. All the flips he can do, and then some more, Tom. It's weird, isn't it?
Joey Janella is the other name. He was an OG of AEW, one of the first people signed to the promotion, and he, a bit like Sonny Kiss, never really seemed to get off dark. It seems like they're trapped in there, like Quantum Leap, just constantly hoping the leap will be the next leap to Dynamite. And it doesn't seem that's going to be the case now.
Yeah, and that was a feud that a lot of people got quite invested in for it being on Dark and Dark Elevation and whatnot. So, but in the first year or so of AEW's existence, Joey Janella certainly provided something that a lot of the other roster members couldn't provide in terms of that hardcore style. I think of that match you had with Kenny Omega. I think it was on the first episode of Dark, wasn't it? Barn burner of a thing, which shouldn't have been that good considering it's just on Dark. I say just on Dark, you know what I mean when I say that. But yeah, it goes that thing of variety. Joey Janela certainly provides something that not many other members of the roster could provide in AEW.
Marco Stunt, the third and final name there, last performed for AEW back in September, and the concerning thing with the status of Marco Stunt is the fact that they've stopped referring to Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy as Jurassic Express, which kind of suggests that he might be out in the woods on this one. And he has turned up. He turned up last night, did Marco Stunt, help out Joey Janela at the World on GCW. He was part of a wild card for Game Changer Wrestling in the Hammerstein Ballroom, but he came out to help out Joey Janela in his match against Matt Cardona. Some of the run-ins involved in that, I want to just quickly do an aside and mention, we saw Chelsea Green fake a heel turn on Matt Cardona for the Bantz, it seems. Swoggle made an appearance. Somebody in a Vince McMahon mask turned up to be revealed as Virgil, of course. Brian Myers in a motorcycle helmet reenacted some ECW One Night Stand 06 nonsense. He got involved. Marco Stunt was out there as well. Sean Waltman made an appearance at the end as well. It was something that was ironically overbooked at GCW's The World on GCW. I really liked it.
You're in the Hammerstein Ballroom, Tom. You might as well go Was Thunder Rosa supposed to be there? Because I saw her doing a big entrance and getting a massive pop.
I don't know whether she was in the Battle Royal or not.
She was there. I don't know if she was announced or not. It was incredible to see.
So many people that were part of that show. There were so many rock-ups and stuff. Sabu and Bill Alfonso turned up. We saw just some amazing scenes and matches. Jeff Jarrett and Effie had a fun match.
The finish to that is incredible. Have you seen it?
With the guitar shot and then the stroke with the guitar around the heat.
Oh, my God.
What do you think of Jeff Jarrett's music, by the way, in GCW?
I've not actually seen the match or heard. I've just seen that finish. So what is the music? Is it Johnny Cash? Because I saw that video going.
No, it's that slowed down and looped over and over and over again. It's really strange. I think he may have used it in other places, so forgive me if I'm wrong. Very strange music for the last outlaw, Jeff Jarrett, who is now apparently the Undertaker. Go figure. It was actually, go out your way to watch the World on GCW. There was loads of great stuff that came from that. John Moxley and Homicide had a really fun match. Ali Catch and Ruby Soho had a really good match as well. Nick Gage is back. He teamed with Bulldozer Matt Tremont to beat the Briscoes for the GCW World Tag Team titles, all in the highest attended wrestling event in the Hammerstein Ballroom's history, beating out Ring of Honor, ECW and WWE. So top marks to Game Changer Wrestling. They are quite literally game changing at the moment. Yeah. It's great fun. Let's talk. We mentioned them very briefly there. Some Ring of Honor news coming up in a little bit. In fact, we'll do that now. Let's do that now. Ring of Honor on ROHWrestling.com saying, expect ROH to make a major announcement sometime next week. My sources tell me that anyone who has ever been an ROH fan will be excited by this news.
God, it sounds like they're going out of business, Tom, once and for all.
Why would a fan be excited? Yes, my favourite company's done.
I'm joking, of course. I assume they've got some sort of TV deal, and most importantly, they're still in existence, because it was a weird time just before Christmas. What was it? Just even further afield before that as well, when everything just sort of stopped, and it was like, oh God, we can't have this staple of professional wrestling on the sort of that weird no man. It's not no man's land, is it? I'm just talking myself out of a point here. That no man's land between the big time and the indies. That's where Ring of Honor is. The stars of tomorrow go there. It was a weird concept or a weird thought to think that might not be around anymore.
I'm sure it will be, but there'll be some nice news coming from them in a bit. They are very much a part of Impact Wrestling's tapings, which we'll get to in a moment. But let's talk Royal Rumble before we do. As Ross, some NXT stars are apparently going to be entering the Rumble Sunday.
While Sally the Giraffe. It's on Saturday, Tom, I know.
Is it a Saturday one?
It is a Saturday one.
His
plans have gone up in smoke. While Sally the Giraffe is on screen, we are speaking about spoilers, and those spoilers are Brom Breakker and Gunther, who you might have known as Volta for the longest time, are slated to be in St. Louis for the Rumble next weekend. There's no confirmation of they'll be in the Men's Rumble match, but they will be at least there in the arena. What will they do? We have no idea.
I reckon they'll put Brom Breakker in the Rumble.
Hopefully his debut, because this will obviously be his main roster debut, hopefully it won't be like Matt Riddle's. That comes to mind. He made his big main roster debut in the Rumble. He was out there within like 2 or 3 minutes, maybe 4, maybe 5 at a push.
Yeah, give him a little bit. I reckon have him eliminate a couple of top sort of middle-level Raw. Do you know, I hate to say it, Ziggler and Rude are getting chucked out by Breakker. They are. Off you go, lads. I think Walter will just decimate everybody, then maybe get hoyed out by, I don't know, a big lad of some variety.
Yeah.
Shanky.
He's already had such a tough week, Tom. He can't take an elimination from Shanky as well.
I'll sit near Matthew Gregg just to make sure he's all right when that eventually happens. Keep Sally with us, because we're going to talk Impact finalement. Lots went down at the Impact tapings over the weekend. Kenny King joining up with Honor No More, the ROH Rebel faction. He's now part of their gang, and they've warned that more ROH stars are coming in. Actually, it's nice to see Kenny King back in Impact Wrestling, because it was he, MVP, and Lashley who were the Beatdown Clan, which was kind of like the template for the Hurt Business. Kind of, sort of. Shut up, leave me alone. But he's now part of the Honor No More stuff they're doing in Impact Wrestling. Connor of the Ascension rocked up in Impact. He looks great as Big Con.
What a name for a professional wrestler that is, Big Con. How many Big Cons have there been in wrestling down the years?
I've certainly fallen for a few. He lost to Eddie Edwards and Josh Alexander, so not an auspicious start, but we'll see how it goes. This is quite exciting. So Giselle Shaw made her debut, defeating Lady Frost. She is the reigning Progress Wrestling Women's Champion. We'll talk more in the next video about some other Forbidden Door business that Progress is getting involved in. But while she's not from the UK, she's very much considered an adopted star of the UK indie scene. So it's nice to see Giselle Shaw getting her show. And also, Matt Cardona. More Cardona news to end on. He defeated Jordan Grace at the tapings to become the new Impact Digital Media Champion. He turned heel in the process, thank goodness.
Yeah.
Like, why were you booking him as a babyface?
You can't have him doing what he's doing everywhere else and have him as a babyface in Impact Wrestling. I'm glad that the universe is now aligned for Matt Cardona.
Exactly. Steel chair to the back of Grace, puts her away. He then flipped off the crowd as he left, just in case you weren't sure. The right decision to put the belt on him. I think him and Jordan Grace could have some fun if they choose to go down that road. But those are your Impact spoilers done now.
Sally departs.
Thank you, Sally. See you very soon. And we'll be back for more wrestling news at cultaholic.com. You can get it throughout the day there. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.